Legends seldom speak of the quiet triumphs hidden behind the grandeur of battles, yet today the halls of Misty Peak bear witness to one such tale. In recap, Martial God Asura, chapters 6 and 59, 6660, the Map of Unpredictability, ever capricious, ever elusive, has finally yielded its power, restoring Chuju's spirit to its former brilliance, her icy demeanor softened by a rare, bewitching smile. Chu Feng, the unassuming Junior Wuqing, stands at the center of newfound respect, his heaven's eyes revealing truths that have shifted alliances and humbled rivals. Yet even as laughter and gratitude fill the air, shadows coil in the corners. Zhu Tianming's clenched fists, Eggy's casual warning of an ancient-era demon, and the ceiling formations that hum with latent fury. The calm may be fleeting, for power this ancient stirs uneasily beneath the Misty Peak. And the next chapter promises revelations that will test both hearts and destinies. Legends often whisper of the unseen threads of fate, but few moments in the history of the martial world pulse with as much tension as what unfolded atop Misty Peak that day. The air itself seemed to hum with anticipation, carrying the weight of destinies poised on the edge of a blade. And in that moment, Chuju, her heart resolute, made her choice without hesitation. With a focused thought, she commanded the Map of Unpredictability to shift once more. Her gaze met Chu Feng's, steady and unwavering. Junior Wuqing, the course of my life is now in your hands, she declared, her voice threaded with trust and a hint of vulnerability. Chu Feng's lips curved into a confident smile. His eyes, the heaven's eyes that could pierce through the veil of mysteries, swept over the map with an intensity that made the very air tremble. Senior Chuju, write 6, he instructed calmly, each word weighted with certainty. A swift motion of her hand, a flicker of her finger, and the character appeared. It was elegant, yet brimming with an inner ferocity that seemed to leap off the parchment. Light erupted as the number etched itself, cascading in brilliant strands that flowed directly into Chuju. Her once pale complexion warmed, her features regained their natural luster, and a rare, enchanting smile softened the cold edge of her visage. The transformation was almost ethereal, a phoenix reborn in the silence of the chamber. Chuju, Chu Feng's voice carried the subtle reverence of one who witnesses a miracle. Senior, she replied, her tone light, almost musical. Junior, has it truly succeeded? The joyous voices of Xiayu, Chenwu, and Dongshe broke through the tension as they rushed forward, their faces radiant with relief and delight. Chuju nodded, the joy in her eyes unfeigned. Yes, my spirit power has been restored completely. The Map of Unpredictability. It is beyond anything I could have imagined. Her smile, delicate yet compelling, radiated from the heart rather than the surface. Shiyu's eyes sparkled with admiration, a newfound respect evident in her bow. Junior Wuqing, your abilities are truly concealed beyond our comprehension. Today, I am honored to witness your skill. Dongshe followed suit, her expression solemn. Junior Wuqing, my previous worry led me astray. I hope you forgive my harsh words. Chu Feng inclined his head gracefully, his humility sincere. It is no trouble at all. To aid Senior Chuju is my honor. In the sacred heights of Misty Peak, enmity found no root. The tense threads of pride and rivalry softened, as even those who had scowled moments before now bowed to the inevitability of true skill. Chu Feng's magnanimity shone through. He sought no conflict where gratitude sufficed. Once more, he turned to the Map of Unpredictability, unraveling its secrets with precise mastery. The rewards once elusive now flowed to Chuju, not only restoring her spirit power, but enhancing it with mystical vigor. Her eyes shone brighter, and the warmth of gratitude glimmered on her face. Junior Wuqing, my debt to you is boundless. I cannot fathom how to repay your kindness. Chu Feng's reply was gentle, measured. Senior Chuju, it is Master Piao Miao's treasure that guides this map. I merely lent my hand. Even without me, her wisdom could have brought the same result. Recognition rippled through the assembly. Xiayu's voice carried quiet awe. Junior Wuqing, only you among our generation could accomplish this. Your mastery of spirit formation surpasses us all, and surely, in time, your attainments will eclipse every one of ours. Gao Xiong, once blind to the depth of Chu Feng's power, now stepped forward with humility. Junior Wuqing, your concealment was profound. I misjudged you before. Forgive my earlier arrogance. One by one, the assembly acknowledged the undeniable truth. Chu Feng's presence commanded respect. even as his heart remained impervious to superficial flattery. Yet not all spirits could bend to admiration. In the shadows, Zhu Tianming clenched his fists, his gaze sharp with resentment and envy. A cold snort escaped him, and with measured steps he departed, leaving only the whispers of his discontent in his wake. With the map of unpredictability safely stowed, Xiaoyu's calculating mind ensured that the fruits of its power enriched only those she chose. The less fortunate, like Sir Li, were left to ponder their misfortune, acutely aware of the peril of displeasing her. Chu Feng, weary yet unsatisfied with mere rest, sought the serenity of Misty Peak. Chun Wu's company proved persuasive, her presence coaxing him to stroll through the hallowed grounds forbidden to outsiders. As they wandered, the landscape revealed its secrets. Rare flora untouched by ordinary eyes, and enormous stones etched with intricate markings. Each symbol pulsed with latent energy, the unmistakable signature of ancient formations, powerful beyond imagination. Eggy, do you see that? Chu Feng's voice carried awe, gesturing toward the summit. Can you discern what lies atop Misty Peak? From her lazily lifted gaze, Eggy replied with her usual nonchalance, yet her words trembled with weight. Indeed, they are remnants of the ancient era. The markings seal a formidable demon within, a creature of tremendous fury and boundless strength. Chu Feng's brow furrowed. A demon? Truly? Eggy's smile hinted at danger masked as amusement. Yes, a monster of such ferocity that, if unleashed, it could lay waste to the Eastern Sea region as effortlessly as the wind bends grass. And there, under the sweeping mists and the silent judgment of ancient stones, the martial world's fate hung delicately. The deeds of heroes and the secrets of the ancients intertwined, whispering of battles yet to come, and a destiny that only those daring enough to seize it could claim. The wind whispered through the peaks as twilight draped its purple cloak over the eastern sea. Shadows lengthened, and the air carried a hint of tension, as if the mountains themselves were holding their breath. From the distant horizon, a figure approached, her steps light yet purposeful. Junior Wuqing, Junior Chun Wu. Dongshe's voice floated across the air like a melody laced with urgency. She paused, drawing in a long, calming breath before letting her words spill forth. I finally found you two. Chun Wu's eyes sparkled with mischief as she tilted her head and laughed softly. Senior Dongshe, what brings you here? Have you been thinking of me? Her voice had the playful innocence of a child, yet beneath it stirred a subtle cunning. Dongshe's lips curved into a knowing smile, her gaze sweeping over Chun Wu as if bemused by the younger woman's relentless antics. You little vixen, dragging Junior Wuqing around everywhere has caused me quite some trouble finding you. Chun Wu pouted, wrapping her delicate hands around Chu Feng's arm with intimate confidence. Oh? So Senior Dongshe wants to take my Junior Wuqing away? That won't do. I can't possibly let you have him. Chu Feng, for his part, allowed it. Her presence was captivating, and he bore no resistance, not because he needed to, but because Chun Wu's charm was as natural as breathing, and he had no reason to deny it. Dongshe's sigh carried both exasperation and purpose. Enough teasing. Junior Wuqing, tonight my master is hosting a banquet to honor old friends. Senior Chu Shui will be present as well, and you are invited. Chun Wu leapt with joy, clapping her hands as excitement lit her face. A banquet, truly? When does it begin? Her delight seemed boundless, as if the idea of a gathering itself was a rarity in her world. Dongshe's smile softened into something warm and radiant, reminiscent of sunlight breaking through winter clouds. It begins soon. Follow me. Chu Feng noted the serene brilliance of Dongshe's visage, but beneath her graceful exterior, he knew her kindness was only surface deep. True intentions often hid behind smiles in the world of martial cultivators. The three ascended to a high peak, where the banquet awaited beneath the open sky. Lanterns swayed gently, illuminating tables set with elegant dishes. The guests were already gathered, but they were not all youthful prodigies. These were the seasoned warriors, the venerable experts of a prior generation, friends of Lady Piao Miao. Alongside them were disciples and companions, those bound by blood or loyalty to the elders. Chu Feng's eyes roved the crowd, discerning the ranks and strengths of the attendees. Despite their prestige, none had reached the rarefied heights of martial kings. Even at the pinnacle of the martial lord realm, true mastery of the martial king stage remained a distant dream, reserved for only the mightiest of warriors. Among the familiar faces, two stood out, Gao Xiang and Zhu Tianming. Gao Xiang's master was a sight that defied imagination. An ancient woman with hair like fallen snow, frail yet resolute, her face carved with wrinkles and spots of age. Leaning on a cane, she exuded the eerie aura of one who had walked centuries, a presence both chilling and formidable. Yet beneath her fearsome exterior lay a devotion singular and pure. Gao Xiang was the focus of her life, her resources and knowledge devoted entirely to his cultivation. Chen Wu, ever at Chu Feng's side, whispered softly, her voice carrying the weight of insight. That is old Lady Wugong of Centipede Hill. Though her appearance is fearsome, her heart is noble. She roams the Eastern Sea, aiding those in need. All her devotion has shaped Gao Xiang into the warrior you see. Chu Feng's proximity to such beauty, Chen Wu's attentive and alluring presence, drew quiet envy from the men around them. Eyes narrowed, unspoken resentment simmered, particularly from Zhu Tianming, whose gaze burned with a mix of hatred and humiliation, memories of past defeats twisting his expression into a blade-like glare. Chen Wu's voice rang sharp and commanding. "What are you staring at? Do you lack eyes in your head?" Her words cut through the murmurs, drawing every eye toward Zhu Tianming. Humiliated, he could do nothing but avert his gaze and retreat toward the base of the peak. Junior Wuqing. Chen Wu's mental voice reached Chu Feng as clearly as a spoken word. "That man is treacherous. Much like his master, Temple Head Wuya. If you meet him alone, you must remain vigilant." And then, as if on cue, Temple Head Wuya appeared, a figure both imposing and sinister, cloaked in the guise of propriety. His outward demeanor hid a venomous heart, a cunning tempered by years of deception. Beside him walked Zhu Diguang, younger brother to Zhu Tianming. While similar in appearance, Zhu Diguang lacked his brother's refinement. His cultivation, though notable as a rank 2 martial lord, was overshadowed by the select favor granted to Zhu Tianming alone, the coveted Misty badge, marking him for advancement. Chu Feng's gaze sharpened, sensing the subtle ill intent in both men's eyes. Even as Wuya concealed his malevolence beneath a mask of decorum, Chu Feng could read the dangerous currents beneath the surface. He understood, without words, the deep-seated knowledge they held of Zhu Tianming's disgrace at the pleasing palace. A question lingered on Chu Feng's mind, one that touched the roots of future conflict. "Senior Chen Wu, you mentioned a limited number of Misty badges. How many have been distributed?" His voice carried curiosity, but beneath it simmered the weight of destiny, concern for the immortal Execution Archipelago and the war that fate had written in his path. Every detail mattered. Every connection could tip the scales of what was to come. The banquet stretched out, a scene of elegance and tension interwoven. Shadows of the past and whispers of power hung in the evening air, setting the stage for the battles of wits, strength, and destiny, yet to unfold atop the wind-swept peak of the Eastern Sea.